There's a wound that millions of people carry, but almost no one talks about. It's not the kind of wound you can see. There's no scar, no bruises, no dramatic story to point to. But it's there, shaping how you see yourself, how you relate to others, how you move through the world. You feel it when you achieve something and immediately think it's not good enough. When you're in a relationship and can't shake the feeling you're too much or not enough. When success feels terrifying instead of exciting. When you apologize for existing. This is the mother wound, and if you don't understand it, it will run your entire life from the shadows. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly what it is, how it gets installed, and why it affects you decades later. No fluff, no filler, just the core truth you need to understand. If you're ready to finally understand the invisible force that's been controlling your life, do this right now. Subscribe, like this video, and drop one word in the comments: seen. Because that's what you deserved as a child, to be truly seen, and that's what we're doing here, making the invisible visible. Let's begin. What the mother wound actually is. The mother wound is the emotional and psychological damage that occurs when your mother, whether through abuse, neglect, criticism, or emotional unavailability, fails to provide the unconditional love and attunement you needed as a child. Notice I said fails to provide what you needed, not what you wanted, what you needed. Because a child doesn't need perfection, they need consistency, emotional attunement to feel safe, seen, and valued simply for existing. When that doesn't happen, something breaks in the foundation of how you see yourself. The mother wound comes in different forms. The critical mother. Nothing you do is good enough. She points out your flaws, compares you to others, makes you feel like you're perpetually failing some invisible standard. The emotionally unavailable mother. She's physically present, but emotionally absent, distracted, unable to attune to your feelings. You learn early that your emotions are inconvenient. The enmeshed mother, she uses you to meet her emotional needs. You become her confidant, her therapist, her emotional support. Your job becomes managing her feelings instead of developing your own identity. The competitive mother, she can't celebrate your wins because they threaten her. She competes with you instead of nurturing you. Different forms, same result. You learn that love is conditional, that your worth depends on being what she needs you to be, that your authentic self is somehow wrong. How it gets installed. Here's what most people don't understand. The mother wound doesn't require dramatic abuse. It forms in quiet, repeated moments of emotional misattunement. You're 5 years old and you run to your mother excited about something. She's distracted, dismisses you, or responds with criticism instead of celebration. This happens once, fine. This happens hundreds of times. You learn, my joy doesn't matter. My excitement is annoying. I'm too much. You're 7 and you make a mistake. Instead of gentle correction, you get shame. How could you be so careless? Why can't you be more like your sister? You learn mistakes mean I'm fundamentally flawed. Imperfection equals unworthiness. You're 10 and you're sad about something. You go to her for comfort and she says, "Stop being so dramatic," or "Other kids have it worse," or simply ignores you. You learn, my feelings are invalid. My pain doesn't deserve attention. I need to handle everything alone. These moments wire your brain. They become the blueprint for how you see yourself and how you expect to be treated. And here's what makes it so damaging. You can't escape. She's your primary attachment figure. Your survival depends on her. So instead of recognizing that she's failing you, you conclude something must be wrong with me. This is how the wound becomes internalized. Her voice becomes your inner voice. Her criticism becomes your self-criticism. Her inability to love you unconditionally becomes your belief that you're fundamentally unlovable. Why it doesn't end with childhood? You might think, okay, that happened when I was a kid. I'm an adult now. Why does it still affect me? Because the mother wound doesn't just live in your memories, it lives in your nervous system, in your attachment patterns, in your core beliefs about yourself. Your brain formed during those early years, the neural pathways that determine how you regulate emotions, how you form relationships, how you perceive your own worth. Those were being built while you were experiencing this wound. So now, decades later, those pathways are still active, running the same programs, creating the same patterns. This shows up as perfectionism. You're never satisfied with your achievements because nothing was ever good enough for her. The goalpost keeps moving because it always did. People-pleasing. You contort yourself to make others happy because that's how you try to earn her love. You abandon yourself to avoid abandonment. Fear of success. Success means visibility, and visibility feels dangerous because when she saw you, she criticized you. So your nervous system equates being seen with being hurt. Relationship patterns, you choose emotionally unavailable partners because emotional unavailability feels like home, or you're hypervigilant, always scanning for signs of rejection because rejection was your childhood norm. Imposter syndrome. No matter what you achieve, you feel like a fraud because your sense of worth was never internalized. You're still trying to convince her and yourself that you're good enough. Inability to accept love. Someone offers genuine love and your body rejects it because unconditional love feels foreign, suspicious, like it can't be trusted. These aren't character flaws. These are adaptations, survival strategies that made sense when you were a child, but now are keeping you stuck. The invisible loyalty. Here's one of the most painful aspects of the mother wound: the invisible loyalty. Part of you believes that if you heal, if you become happier or more successful than your mother, you're betraying her. This isn't logical, it's unconscious, but it's powerful. If your mother was critical and unhappy, there's a part of you that feels guilty when you're confident and joyful, like you're rubbing it in her face, like you're proving she was wrong about you, and that feels like disloyalty. So you sabotage yourself, you dim your light, you stay small. Not consciously, but because your unconscious believes staying loyal to her pain is how I show I love her. But here's the truth. Your pain doesn't honor her. Your limitation doesn't heal her. Your unhappiness doesn't prove your love. Breaking the pattern, healing what she couldn't heal, living the life she couldn't live, that's the real tribute. So how do you heal a wound this deep? Here's the framework. Step 1, name it. Stop minimizing. Stop saying, my childhood was fine when it wasn't. The mother wound is real. It affected you, and naming it is the first step to healing it. Step 2, grieve. You have to mourn the mother you needed but didn't have. Not who she is, but who you needed her to be. Grieve the unconditional love you deserved, the protection you didn't receive, the childhood you lost. This grief is necessary. You can't heal what you won't feel. Step 3, separate. Recognize that the critical voice in your head isn't your voice, it's hers. The belief that you're not enough? That's not truth. That's her projection. Start separating her limitations from your identity. She couldn't see your worth because of her wounds, not because of your lack of worth. Step 4, reparent yourself. Learn to give yourself what she couldn't give you. When you're scared, comfort yourself. When you achieve something, celebrate yourself. When you make a mistake, speak to yourself with compassion. This isn't self-indulgent, this is necessary. You're literally rewiring your brain with new patterns. Step 5, set boundaries. You don't owe her access to your life if that access is harmful. You can love her from a distance, you can have a relationship on your terms, or you can choose no contact if that's what your healing requires. Your first responsibility is to yourself. What changes when you heal? When you do this work, everything shifts. You stop seeking approval and start trusting yourself. You stop choosing unavailable people and start recognizing genuine love. You stop sabotaging success and start allowing yourself to thrive. You become your own secure base. The thing you were searching for outside yourself, you finally build within. This doesn't mean the wound disappears. It means it stops controlling you. You see it, you understand it, and you choose differently. The final truth: the mother wound is real. It shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. You deserved better. You deserved a mother who could see you, celebrate you, love you without conditions, and you didn't get that. And that's devastating. But you're not that powerless child anymore. You're an adult with resources, with choices, with the ability to break the cycle. The wound may have started with her, but the healing starts with you. If this helped you understand what you've been carrying, share it and leave a comment with that word, seen. You were always worthy. You just needed someone to see it. Now it's time to see it yourself.